Hey guys, welcome back to some Guild of Guardians. Today we're looking at our patch notes and we also want to break down the gear and getting and acquiring that tier 7 gear. Now it has been incredibly difficult, time consuming, but I'm hoping today's video is going to make it a little bit easier. So looking at the competition update, you can see Arena Season 16 begins. Make sure that you're changing your heroes if you're required and if you do have heroes within that season. And then Endless Season 6 begins, which is cool with week 4. I love Endless mode. It's probably the favorite part of this game. So looking at the changes, we heard the feedback, adventure mode challenges, rewards have been updated to be more in line with the before the Frostmire release. Endless mode advanced training buff has changed. Reward ads, now you can see there are a few for the first clear, the once per day with the IAP store, and then getting more crafting and energy. That is something, again, thinking of crafting, that it has been very, very detrimental for a majority of the players trying to craft tier 7 gear because of the sheer cost. Now, Baylor is being adjusted. Now, this was something that we had seen where the best comps, the highest comps, even looking at the rush mode within the last one, there were very unique situations where Baylor could amplify the damage, hundreds of millions of damage. And the reason, because of the critical hits that he gets, and you can see they are nerfing the critical hits. Now, this only worked if you're using specific gear, which maxed out a certain stat. But again, it looks like it's gotten a major nerf within here. And then, of course, changing a few things. Fixed an issue that caused the guild artifact, the Heart of Unity, to trigger more significantly than intended. So that is going to be a little bit of nerf on that side. Fixed an issue that could cause, very rarely cause a crash, which I've seen this on the boss screen. Fixed an issue where Stratos' skill, Gathered Storm, to not work. Guild Inspiration Steadfast from preventing the stun. And again, we've seen this sometimes where the boss that knocks you up and then you get the stun, even if we had steadiness on, it wouldn't get rid of the stun for some players. So I'm happy that they fixed that. Fixed an issue to prevent Reborn's hemorrhage, which Reborn, I feel like they need to revamp that hero in its entirety. And then, of course, a bunch of other issues with the Affinity UI. Some of these heroes I don't really use or haven't really seen. Fixed an issue where the Forge Master quest wasn't displaying correctly. Players could use invalid characters to create account names. That's kind of weird because a lot of people want to put spaces in the names, and they keep fixing this and adjusting this. Just let us put spaces in the name. I don't know what the big thing is. Maybe it's something that I'm not seeing. Ehot's Stratus, again, some of the changes in there. Gear Fusion animation wasn't playing. This always got stuck for me on my iPad. Doesn't really work. Prevented an issue with the guild boss encounters. Timer from appearing during combat when fever mode was activated. So don't know if the stats are kind of wrong or off on this one, but you can see they're fixing a ton of stuff within the game itself. Now, looking at the crafting, and this is, again, something that I really wanted to look at, is when you start doing the crafting and when you start looking at really the advanced crafting, it costs a crazy amount of resources. So thinking of the crafting itself, again, I want to go through a couple ways. Basically, when you're going through this and you're using your crafting bag, the crafting bag is giving you experience for your commander level. This will allow you to advance faster. Now, of course, you can use the bag until it's on cooldown or when it's done. But up here, you do get ad watch, and I don't know why they're doing the ad watch, but you can also see that we're getting the potion in here. This is what they just changed with the ad watch. This used to be for free. This was free when it came to having the energy token. So it seems like the energy token is having a lot less, I guess, because you don't have to do this anymore. Now, once you do watch the ad, which I don't want to go through and just sit and watch an ad right now, it gives you the 30 energy. And then you have 4 times. You literally have 4 more times that you can go ahead and you can buy this. Of course, the cost is a little bit higher in rubies, but you need to buy this and you need to do it every single day. Even looking here at the potions, you need to use and get all of the energy through every method you can. It's not so much in this part about building up the gear, which of course is very, very game changing. Honestly, when you look at the heroes, getting good gear out of here is probably the absolute strongest thing and the best thing that you can do within Guild of Guardians. So outside of getting the gear right here, to continue building the gear, adventure mode. So going into the pretty much the highest one that you can compete or complete in the entirety. Here we went to Cold Crest. So we can go ahead and sweep this one. This is going to give us, boom, small material chests. Sometimes it will give us some of the other material chests, which we'll see if we can get some of those other ones. There's a small one. But going in here and sweeping these on a regular basis, again, is going to give you those material chests. Those material chests are going to help you build the tier 7 gear. And I'm wondering if they adjusted this, because last time we were getting some of those gold chests out of here. But there is also a few other places that they have adjusted, that they have changed. And it looks like, again, just that small material chest. But you can see we're getting them in bulk. I mean, if we're getting 9 of these every time, that's 90. And then going in here, you can also go in here, boom, get some more energy out of here. Again, it's going to be an ad watch feature to go in there and get some more energy. Farming this out is going to give you the resources that you need to build up that gear. Now, in addition, in one of the massive changes we've seen is within the shop itself. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is something that a lot of people were not aware of. Within the guild store, we have 78,000 right here of our guild coins. You can see we can buy our summons. We can buy these advanced material chests. Now, overall with these, they also offer gear. Looking right here, an ornate piece of brimming power containing a random piece of tier 6 legendary gear. That's right, these are tier 6 chests. These are tier 6 epic gear, which again, do not buy the epic gear, just buy the legendary gear. And then you can see with the discounted prices, this is where it gets kind of interesting, because remember, tier 6. So if I buy pretty much all 3 of these, you're talking 2, 3, 4, 5,000 here. Those together will give me those 3 pieces. I know it's going to be random, but it is going to give me a piece of legendary gear. So a little bit kind of on par with where these are. And I did want to pick up some of these just to kind of show you what they look like, because a lot of players kind of question. You can see we can buy a lot of these in here. Let's buy, I'm going to go with 5 of them. So there we go. So we got 5 of the advanced material chests. And even down here, I think the chests are a lot higher than we are here. I think this is random. Let me buy 5 of these as well. And again, we have the guild tokens in here. And let me pick up 1 or 2 of these gear chests, because again, I just want to go through and open them and see what they are. I'm not going to pick up the epic ones, because again, the epic gear rolls up to the legendary gear, but I want to see what we get out of these and if it is really worth it. If we're just going to get a bunch of baseline gear, it's not really going to be worth it at all at that point. The legendary gear chest. So let's see what we pull out of these. Let's pull 1 of these first. Boom, there we go. So we get a tier 6, and it is a level 2. So remember, we have 10, we have 12, we have 15. So this is giving us a level 2 tier 6 fine armor. Stats not the best, they're not all legendary, but still, to pick up a free piece of tier 6 legendary gear, that's a pretty good find in my opinion. And of course, when you go in here and you get this, and look at that, that again is a level 1 tier 6. And you want this much, much higher than what we have here. But of course, you know, you can respec these now. That is the big thing. So as long as you have the domain bonus that is a little bit higher, you can go ahead, you can respec these into higher ones. Now, in addition, is when you're going through here, if you don't have anything to do with the guild coins, I can take those, like right here is the chest that we just got. And you'll also notice that this is giving me advanced strength chest. This is giving me a basic strength chest. This is going to give you the materials you need to craft new items through the salvaging process. Now, this again is something that was added not too long ago, that they're actually giving a replacement or giving tier back to us. And you'll notice here that this only has this basic agility chest. It does not have anything that is going to be the gold chest. So you do have to have the higher level tier 6 to go ahead and build those. And as you can see, we have a couple in here, 18. Here's a 15 wand. Now, of course, when you start thinking of getting gear and really getting gear in bulk, you can take these wands, even the legendary variant, you can combine 3 legendaries together and hopefully get another one. So it is going to be the rinse and recycle for this forever. I want to pop open all 5 of these. You can see we're picking our materials. Now, of course, this is level 1. This is level 2. This is level 3. I don't know why, for any reason, you would choose a lower level in here versus getting these. And again, looking at the cost of what this is, in my opinion, not really worth it at all, because that's a pretty high cost. Now, these were the ones that we were pulling out of the adventure mode that we were just doing. You can see right here that it gave us 11 of these, and it looks like these are different. This is, again, a random, I think it's going to give us random materials, which it does. So some of these not really worth it. And these are tier 2. These are tier, I believe, 1. Yeah, giving us random materials, not really worth the random materials. But looking here and getting the high level materials out of these gold chests gives us really what we're looking for. And also the small materials and the tiny material chests, again, are the ones that we're looking for in our entirety. Even going through here, we can combine all of these up. Now you can see I am looking to get all of the lumber. This is what we're looking to build. I'm still trying to finish the rest of the set. So sturdy bone, we could keep them. We could sit them in the bag. And a lot of players also ask, what are these bags down here? These bags were a purchase that you could actually get from the shop. As you can see right now, though, once we have like the tier 4 legendary, these are only tier 2. There's nothing else to do with these. I could use them when they're in cooldown, but these give you lower resources than these higher level bags. So unfortunately, there's not a reason to have these bags anymore that I can really find. Even with the cooldown, you can manage it enough that you don't really have to worry about it. But looking at these bags, there's no way to get rid of them. So if you're a player that bought them, I'm hoping that they can update it or something's going to change where either you can get a higher level bag, you can combine these with something that way we can go ahead and build. Now, like we were talking with the forges, once you forge out and once you build out your gear, here is the gear sets itself. As you can see, we have those 2 tier 6 gears, which again, we're not using at all. We have 2 tier 7s, and I've started crafting these boots, these tier 7 boots, but we're looking for 24. So thinking of the new gear that we're getting and looking at the staff, we have a 15, we have an 18, and we have a 24. The 15 stat boost is the basic one. That is the level 1 tier 7. The 18 is the tier 7 level 2. And then, of course, the 24, which we have not seen yet, is the level 7 tier 3. So the absolute top tier that you can get within the crafting. Trying to get, and I'm really trying to get one of these for Leah. So out of the crafting, we have built a lot of these. What do we got? 3 there. And I wish there was a quicker way to kind of build these, because I just have to go back and forth, opening up some of the small chests and then going over here, combining them, and then doing the rinse and repeat over and over and over again. But let's see if we can get lucky with some of the streamer luck and get a master wand out of here. Boom, there we go. We pick up, and this again was kind of bugged. There we go, another epic one. So the epics, of course, are going to roll up into other ones. And then the tier 6, I'm going to go ahead and salvage that. That way we get a couple resources out of there. But you can see farming up and building out these tier 7 wands is going to take a crazy amount of time. Now, when it comes to the blacksmith, this is another one where you can go in, you can change some of the stats that we have in here. Makes a really big difference, even looking at some of the heroes like Leah's staff, where we have the crit rating, we have the crit damage rating. Could change them up, could get a little bit different, but we have the terror piece, which we did refine. You can change it up, you can play with this. And in the tier 6 variant, this 15 was the absolute highest. Now in the tier 7 variation, the tier or the 15 or the level 3 domain bonus, the 15% domain bonus is the base. So it's kind of tier 7 is going to replace. And of course, looking at the attack on this one, this is going to go through the roof. A lot of attack is much higher when you start building out these higher level wands. Even here, we have a tier 7 level 2 domain bonus, 18% on Cinder. We did put that one right there on our hero, which works incredibly well. So crit rating, here's crit rating. So doing a little bit more damage in there. We can go through and kind of fine and retweak everything in here once we build the gear out itself. But the thing is, even since the patches dropped, the gear takes an insatiable amount of time. It's kind of crazy how long it does take you to build out all of this tier gear. And then, of course, like I said earlier, with the rest of the tier 6, I'm just going to go ahead and salvage the tier 6. There we go. So we're going to salvage the gear. It does give us a couple of those chests. Those chests ultimately are going to be used when I'm building the new gear. So those do give us specific materials right there. So the basic ones, these two, only give me the resources like the yarn. It gives me the leather. These are the ones that give you the material that you need to level up everything else, meaning those are really the highest priority that you do want to build out. Now, I also want to look at the endless mode because they said they changed the endless mode rewards. And I think it's 6 days that it's changing. I want to see what is more in line with what it looks like. And it might not be the rewards. It might have been the heroes that they changed in here. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.